Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're looking for a last minute handmade Christmas gift you can sew in just one afternoon, this one is for you. Today I'm showing you how to make a quilted tablet cover using fat quarters. No zipper, no complicated pattern, and totally beginner friendly. This project is perfect for teachers, teens, co-workers, or anyone who loves a cozy handmade touch. It uses just 2 fat quarters, batting, bias tape, and thread, and I'll even show you how to add ties and optional Velcro for extra security. By the end of this video, you'll have a finished gift-ready tablet sleeve that looks professional, quilted, and custom sized. Let's get started. For this project, you'll need 2 fat quarters of cotton fabric, batting cut to the same size, coordinating bias tape, matching thread, Velcro, which is optional, a ruler, pins, scissors, or rotary cutter, a coaster, mug, or something circular for rounding the corners, a sewing machine, of course, and your tablet for measuring. First, you're going to measure your tablet. So my tablet is 10 inches wide by 7 inches tall. So here's the simple formula. For this tablet case, you want to add 2 inches to the width, and then you want to multiply the length by 3. So for my tablet, the width is 10 inches, so I'm going to add 2 inches, which equals 12. Then my length is 7 inches, I'm going to multiply that times 3, and that's going to equal 21 inches. Since the fat quarters are already 22 inches long, I rounded up to 22 and I just made that my final cut size. So I'm going to cut 1 outer piece of fabric, 1 lining piece of fabric, and 1 batting piece that are all 12 inches wide by 22 inches long. And then you're going to fold the piece in half and grab a coaster, a mug, or anything that has a rounded corner. Place that on the corner, and then you're going to trace and cut both corners so they're smooth and even. Now we'll layer everything. So on the bottom, you're going to put your lining fabric. You're going to put that right side down. Then we're going to add a middle layer of the batting, and then you're going to add that outer fabric right on top. Make sure that's right side up. You want to pin all of those layers together so nothing shifts. Take a ruler and draw a line straight down the center of the fabric. You want to start with that center line that you marked, and then you're going to sew directly on that line first. After that, you're going to continue stitching parallel lines, spacing each line 1/2 inch apart. If you have a seam allowance foot like I do, this is the perfect time to use it. It helps keep the lines evenly spaced and straight. So once everything is quilted, you want to flip the piece over, trim any excess batting around the edges so everything lines up cleanly. Now we're going to add bias tape to the bottom of our fabric piece. So here's how to sew double fold bias tape. You want to open up one folded edge of the bias tape, then you're going to align that raw edge with the raw edge of your fabric. You're going to stitch directly in the crease of that fold, then fold the bias tape over to the back side to fully enclose the raw edge. After you folded it, you're going to stitch again from the front, and you're going to sew close to the folded edge. After adding the bias binding, you're going to grab your tablet and place it on your quilted piece. You want to fold the fabric up to create the pocket and fold the top down to create the flap. Once you're happy with how it fits, mark the fold lines with a pin or a fabric marker. I mark at the bottom and the top just to make sure it's folded correctly. Next, remove your tablet, then fold and pin the case exactly where you marked. Now we'll sew the side seams to form the pocket. So using a 1/4 inch seam allowance, I'm going to stitch straight down both sides of the case through all the layers. At this point, your tablet sleeve is fully formed. Now we're going to add bias tape to the sides and the top of the case to enclose all those remaining raw edges. So we're going to use the same double fold method as before. We're going to align that bias tape next to one side of the bottom fold of our tablet case. Then we're going to wrap it all the way around through to the other side. Next, you want to take your time sewing because we are sewing around a curved edge. Now let's add the fabric ties so we can be able to close the case. So cut 2 fabric strips that are 9 inches by 2 inches, and then we're going to double fold each tie. I start by folding over about 1/4 inch on both of the short sides of the fabric. After I do that, I fold the strip in half hot dog style and I iron that flat. After I iron that, I open it up and I fold both of the sides towards that center line that I just made. Then I take my iron and I iron both of those flat as well. After both of those have been ironed toward the center, I'm going to fold it in half one more time and do one final iron. After ironing, I'm going to sew along the entire perimeter of those strips. This creates a strong, clean fabric tie with no raw edges showing. So now we're going to attach the ties. So to do this, you want to add one of the ties to the center of the flap and the other one to the center of the front body of the case. The strap that you add to the top, you're going to make sure that it falls down, and the strap that you add to the body, you're going to make sure that it falls upward. I like to sew the ties using a box stitch, but if that's too hard for you, just make sure you go over the stitches a few times to reinforce them. At this point, you can stop here if you want. The tie closure alone works beautifully, but I like to add Velcro to mine for extra security. So if you want extra security, here's the easy Velcro trick that I like to use. So stick the hook Velcro piece to the inside of the flap, and then you want to place the loop Velcro piece on top of it, lining them up perfectly. After you do that, you want to fold the flap down and press the loop piece onto the body of the case so it sticks to the correct spot. Next, you're going to carefully open the flap to make sure you don't move them, and you're going to sew both of those pieces in place. Now you have both a tie and a Velcro closure for maximum hold. And just like that, your quilted tablet cover is finished. It's padded, secure, custom sized, and completely handmade in just one afternoon. Like I said before, this makes the perfect Christmas gift for teachers, teens, college students, coworkers, or even yourself. I made this one for me. I love cherries and I think it looks super cute. You can personalize these with holiday prints, name tags, or even embroidery. If you enjoyed this easy Christmas sewing project, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more gift-worthy DIYs, and share it with a fellow maker who needs quick handmade gift ideas. Tag me or share it in the comments below and tell me who you're making this for. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!